Every dream starts with permission. But here's the truth. Most of us are sitting around waiting on somebody else to give us the green light. We're waiting on our parents, our friends, our boss, society, somebody to look at us and say, it's okay for you to dream big. Let me tell you something. Nobody is coming with a permission slip. If you want to change your life, you got to be the one to sign off on your own dream. Because if you don't, you'll be stuck living in the limits of somebody else's imagination. Think about it. When you were a kid, you dreamed freely. You wanted to be an astronaut, a singer, a doctor, a millionaire, maybe all at the same time. Nobody told you to shrink your dream back then. You just believed it was possible. But as you grow, the world starts teaching you limitations. Teachers, friends, even family sometimes, they'll tell you to be realistic. They'll say, you can't afford that, or people like us don't make it that far. And if you're not careful, you'll start living small not because you want to, but because you've been trained to. That's why giving yourself permission is so important. It breaks you out of the prison of other people's doubts. Permission looks like saying, I don't care what it looks like right now, I'm still going to dream bigger. You might be broke, but you can still dream rich. You might be single, but you can still dream of building a family. You might be working a 9 to 5 you hate, but you can still dream of running your own business. The dream isn't about where you are, it's about where you're going. And the only way you get there is by deciding, I deserve to dream on my level, not theirs. Now don't get it twisted. Giving yourself permission doesn't mean the dream will fall into your lap. It means you stop apologizing for wanting more. Too many people shrink themselves to make others comfortable. You got a vision in your heart, but you downplay it so you won't look crazy to your friends. Stop that. If your dream doesn't make somebody roll their eyes or laugh at you, then it ain't big enough. Greatness always looks ridiculous before it looks obvious. You don't need a degree to dream. You don't need money to dream. You don't even need approval to dream. What you need is courage. The courage to say, this is my life, and I'm not going to let anybody else write the script. Permission is the first step, because once you free your mind to imagine it, your belief can start to build it, and your work can start to chase it. And until you give yourself that permission, you'll always be sitting in the passenger seat of your own life, watching somebody else drive toward the dream you should have claimed. Belief is the bridge between you and your dream. Dreaming by itself is beautiful. It's where everything begins. But if all you do is dream, it stays locked in your imagination. Belief is what gives that dream legs. Belief is what makes you step out when the ground doesn't even look solid. Without belief, your dream is nothing more than a fantasy. With belief, it becomes a mission. See, life is going to test every dream you have. The moment you decide you want more, obstacles will start showing up. Doubts will whisper in your ear, and fear will try to hold your hands back. That's when belief becomes critical. It's the voice inside that says, I can do this. Even when the outside world is screaming, you can't. Belief is what gets you out of bed at 5 a.m. when everybody else is sleeping. Belief is what makes you take one more shot after you've already missed 100. Belief is not just positive thinking. It's fuel for your grind. Most people don't fail because the dream is impossible. They fail because they stop believing it's possible for them. It's not that they didn't have talent. It's that their mind gave up before their body ever did. You got to understand, belief is like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. At first, it may feel shaky. You'll doubt yourself. You'll question if you're good enough, if you're qualified. But every time you push through that doubt and keep moving, your belief grows. And eventually, it becomes unshakable. You don't need everybody else to believe in your dream. Stop waiting for that. Some of the closest people to you will not see your vision. Not because they don't love you, but because they can't see it the way you see it. That's why it's called your dream. Don't get mad when people don't clap for you. Just keep believing, because belief is contagious. When you really walk in your dream with confidence, people who doubted you will start to wonder, maybe they can pull it off. but they'll only believe after you believe first. Belief doesn't erase the hard work, but it makes the hard work worth it. It gives meaning to your sacrifice. When you're tired, broke, or discouraged, belief keeps you moving because you know this isn't the end. The dream is on the other side of the struggle, and belief is the only bridge that can get you there. Without it, you stop halfway. Without it, you settle for average. Without it, you live beneath what you were created for. So if you got a dream inside you, the first question isn't, how will I do it? Or when will it happen? The first question is, do I believe it's possible for me? Because the moment you believe, you've already started building the bridge. And once that bridge is built, nothing can stop you from crossing over into the life you've been dreaming about. Faith without work is just a wish. You can talk about what you want all day long. You can pray for it, write it in journals, put it on vision boards, and even speak it into existence. But if you don't move your feet, nothing changes. A dream without action is like a car without gas. It might look good sitting in the driveway, but it's not going anywhere. Faith is the belief that something better is possible, but work is the proof that you mean it. Without the work, faith is just a fancy way of daydreaming. You ever meet somebody who's always saying, one day I'm going to do this, or one day I'll have that. They've been saying one day for the last 10 years, but nothing in their life has moved forward. That's because they confuse wishing with working. You can't just sit around waiting for opportunity to knock. You got to go out, hunt it down, and sometimes build the door yourself. Faith makes you believe it can happen, but work makes it happen. The two go hand in hand. When you put in the work, you're showing life you're serious. You're saying, I'm not just talking about this dream, I'm investing in it. That's when doors start to open. That's when resources and people show up to help you. Not because luck just fell out of the sky, but because your effort pulled it in. Hard work attracts opportunity the way flowers attract bees. If you're not putting in the work, don't expect the harvest. Nobody plants nothing and expects fruit to grow. And here's the thing, work isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's boring, repetitive, and lonely. You're practicing when nobody's watching, studying when nobody's clapping, grinding when nobody's giving you credit. That's where most people quit, because they want the dream but not the discipline. But if you got faith, then you trust that all that work is building something bigger than what you see right now. Every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice. That's you stacking bricks toward your vision. People will call you lucky when you finally make it, but luck is just the name outsiders give to hard work they didn't see. Faith gives you the courage to dream, but work is what makes the dream show up in real life. Don't think you're going to skip the process. You can't pray yourself out of preparation. You can't wish yourself into winning. You got to grind for it. So the question isn't, do you believe it can happen? The question is, are you willing to work like it's already yours? Because when faith and work come together, doors open that no man can shut. But if you only have faith and no work, all you're doing is hoping. And hope is nice, but it won't pay your bills. It won't build your business. And it won't get you to the life you've been dreaming of. Faith moves the heart, but work moves the mountain. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Too many people get discouraged the moment they stumble, like failure means the dream is dead. No, failure is actually proof that you're in the fight. It means you stepped out of your comfort zone and tried something that stretched you. You can't win a game you never play, and you can't succeed at something you never attempt. The only people who never fail are the ones too scared to even start. And that's the real failure, living a life of what ifs. Every successful person you admire has a trail of mistakes behind them. They've fallen more times than they've stood tall. But here's the difference. They didn't quit when they fell. They used failure as information. Failure is feedback. It's life showing you what doesn't work so you can discover what does. You don't lose when you fail. You lose when you stop learning from it. The problem is, most people treat failure like a full stop when it's really just a comma in their story. When you trip, when you mess up, When you hit a wall, it hurts. Nobody's saying failure feels good, but pain is part of growth. Think about working out. If you lift weights, your muscles tear before they rebuild stronger. Failure works the same way for your dream. Every no toughens your skin. Every setback builds your endurance. Every mistake sharpens your vision. Success isn't avoiding failure. It's stacking up enough lessons from failure that eventually you figure out how to win. Don't let embarrassment or shame keep you from trying again. A lot of people are so worried about looking foolish that they never give themselves a shot at greatness. They play it safe, stay in their lane, and wonder why their life feels small. Listen, if people laugh at you when you fail, let them laugh. Because the same people who laugh at your fall will be clapping when you rise. If you don't quit, nobody remembers the missteps once you make it. They only remember the victory. Failure is not a dead end, it's a detour. Sometimes it's just life redirecting you toward a better path, a smarter move, or a new approach. That business idea that didn't work out, it probably taught you what not to do the next time. That relationship that failed, it showed you what you need and deserve going forward. That opportunity you missed, it prepared you for the bigger one that's coming. So stop treating failure like a curse. It's a necessary ingredient in the recipe of success. Every champion was once a beginner who failed over and over until they got it right. Don't fear failure. Fear standing still. Fear being so cautious that you never risk enough to grow. Because in the end, failure doesn't keep you from success. It guides you to it. Every stumble is just one step closer to your breakthrough. Your circle can make or break you. The people you spend the most time with are shaping your mindset, your habits, and even your belief in yourself, whether you realize it or not. If your circle is filled with complainers, doubters, and people who settle for less, sooner or later you'll start lowering your own standards just to fit in. But if your circle is made of dreamers, doers, and builders, they'll push you to level up, even when you don't feel like it. The truth is, you can't fly if you're always surrounded by people who are comfortable crawling. Think about it like this. If you hang around 5 broke people, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 negative people, you'll be the 6th. But if you surround yourself with 5 ambitious, focused, and hardworking people, guess what? You'll start picking up those same qualities without even trying. That's how powerful your environment is. Sometimes it's not that you lack potential, it's that you're in the wrong circle, soaking up the wrong energy. The problem is, many of us are loyal to circles that are slowly killing our dreams. We keep friends around who don't clap when we win, who get uncomfortable when we talk big, or who roll their eyes when we share our vision. That's dangerous, because their doubt can plant seeds in your mind. Before you know it, you'll be second guessing yourself, not because you don't believe, but because you've been listening to people who don't. You got to protect your vision like it's treasure, because it is. That doesn't mean you cut everybody off and live on an island, but it does mean you get selective. You don't need a big circle, you need the right circle. Even 2 or 3 people who encourage you, hold you accountable, and challenge you to grow are worth more than 20 people who just like to hang out and waste time. Iron sharpens iron. If the people around you aren't sharpening you, then they're dulling you. And sometimes leveling up your circle requires hard choices. It might mean spending less time with childhood friends who don't share your vision. It might mean stepping out of familiar comfort zones to connect with people who are already doing what you want to do. It might even mean walking alone for a season until the right people show up. That's okay. Being alone while you grow is better than being surrounded by people who are fine with staying stuck. Your circle can either be an elevator that lifts you higher or an anchor that drags you down. Pay attention to the conversations you're having most often. Are they about problems or possibilities? Are they about excuses or solutions? The energy you're around daily is either fueling your dream or draining it. Choose wisely, because no matter how big your dream is, the wrong circle can make you doubt it, and the right circle can make you achieve it faster than you ever imagined. Achievement isn't the finish line, it's a lifestyle. Too many people treat success like it's some mountain peak you climb once, take a picture, and then you're done. But real achievement doesn't work like that. Success is not a single moment. It's a way of living. It's the decision to keep growing, keep reaching, and keep challenging yourself no matter how much you've already accomplished. Because the moment you start thinking you've made it, that's the moment you stop moving forward. When you hit a goal, yes, you should celebrate. You should be proud of yourself. But you can't stay stuck in that celebration forever. Achievement is not a resting place. It's a launching pad. It's proof of what you can do. And if you did it once, you can do it again. On a bigger level, people who treat achievement like the end of the road end up becoming stale, living off old victories while life keeps moving. That's why so many folks talk about what they used to do instead of what they're doing now. Living achievement as a lifestyle means you wake up every day with hunger. You're grateful for yesterday's wins, but you're focused on today's opportunities. You're asking yourself, how can I grow today? What can I learn today? How can I stretch myself further? That mindset keeps you from getting comfortable. Comfort is dangerous. It whispers to you, this is enough. You don't need to try anymore. And that's how dreams slowly die, not from failure, but from comfort. When achievement becomes part of your lifestyle, you start chasing growth more than trophies. You realize it's not just about money, titles, or recognition. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about proving to yourself over and over that you can handle more, that you can reach higher, that you can impact others in ways you never thought possible. Achievement isn't measured by what you've collected, but by who you've become in the process. And here's the thing, living achievement as a lifestyle doesn't mean you never rest. It doesn't mean you burn yourself out. It means you refuse to settle. It means even when you're resting, your spirit is still growing, your vision is still alive, and your purpose is still pulling you forward. Some people think achievement is about arriving, but achievers know there's no such thing as arriving. Every finish line just reveals another race. So don't treat your dream like a one-time event. Treat it like a journey that keeps unfolding. Keep setting new goals. Keep dreaming bigger. Keep finding ways to serve, to grow, and to expand. Because achievement isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about living every day with the mindset that there's always more inside you waiting to come out. When you make achievement a lifestyle, success stops being something you chase and starts being something you embody.